What's up? Charles here. Today I want to share with you my Airbnb guest disaster. I'm standing in one of my Airbnb homes, and 3 days ago there were 150 high school kids partying here. I found out about it because one of my neighbors had messaged me through Airbnb telling me that there was a gigantic party the night before. So I want to tell you a little bit about what happened and how I protected myself and the things that I had in my listing that saved me. So as soon as I found out about it, I came to the house and I found 3 kids cleaning frantically. I walked into this house and there was no furniture. All the furniture was moved upstairs so they could have more room to stand around, and they didn't want to damage anything, luckily. They were good kids. It just got out of control completely. Secondly, there was a major stench of marijuana in the house. It took me a couple days to get that out. And then when I walked around the house, I found that a few little things damaged. They cut a couple of screens. One of the screen doors was broken. One of the railings was broken, and it needed a massive cleaning afterwards. This could have been a complete and utter disaster, but because of a couple things that I have put in my listings, it saved me. The first thing I do is I have an additional charge for extra guests. And in this particular case, any guest over 4, there's a $10 per person charge. And I was able to verify this through the police report and also the kids' own admission. So 100 people at $10 a person is $1,000. The second thing I have in my listing that's super important is I have a no smoking policy and also a no party policy. But if you do smoke, I have in my house rules that it will be a $250 fine for additional cleaning and ozoning of the house. And because of those two things, and I was able to get a police report that verified that, and the guest's own admission that they'd screwed up, I'm able to collect almost $1,200 on this house. I'll be able to fix all of the damage that they did, minor damage, 5 or 6 things at $50 a piece, and additional cleaning of 5 hours, and a couple other little things. But for the most part, no harm, no foul. Thank God none of the kids were hurt or injured, and the police broke it up before it got completely out of control. But when you're doing short-term rentals and having guests through Airbnb and VRBO, it's really important to have your house rules spelled out specifically, what's going to happen in the event that they break your house rules, and more importantly, don't go off of Airbnb and VRBO to do it, because in this case, Airbnb can help me enforce the collection of these fines. This is an unbelievable way to maximize cash flow, short-term rentals, but a lot of people are worried about somebody trashing their house or stealing things. And this is a great example of the worst thing happened to me, but the outcome was unbelievably good. And I'm thankful for that. And I just wanted to share this little story with you. Please leave in the comments below anything you want to know or me to talk about real estate investing, short-term rentals. I teach people how to invest in real estate, specifically maximizing cash flow through short-term rentals. Lessons learned from my Airbnb disaster. First off, I try to make it a rule that I will not rent to a local person unless they have a very good reason why they need to rent my house. And in this specific case, the girl deceived me. She said that her apartment was being renovated and she needed a place for one night. And she said, "Your house is so beautiful." And it just threw me off guard, and I didn't think anything of it. So I normally dig deeper into exactly why. And in this case, I didn't. So don't let your guard down. If it's a local person, there's got to be a legitimate reason why they want to rent your house. The second thing is make sure that your house rules are very clear. And if you have a policy like no parties or no smoking, put right in there what the monetary fines are or the cost that the guest is going to incur. And then thirdly, make sure that there's a way to verify how many people were in the place. In my instance, fortunately, I had them admit how many people were in there and accept liability. And then also the police were called, and I talked to the police officer about the report, and they verified that over 100 kids were in the house. The only other way to do it is document it through Airbnb. So I took pictures of all the damage and I uploaded them to Airbnb. They also admitted the guilt and said they would agree to pay on the Airbnb app. That's so important. Do not go off of your Airbnb or VRBO app when you're communicating and documenting with your guests, because that will serve as documentation and Airbnb will side with you once they read all the messages. And lastly, don't get discouraged. Airbnb is such a profitable way to manage a house. It maximizes cash flow. Are there going to be problems? Sure. But I have plenty of long-term tenants where I don't make nearly the cash flow that after a year I go in the house and it's completely trashed. At least with short-term rentals, you're going to be in the house every few days and you're going to be able to mitigate the losses, mitigate the damage that someone causes. So don't let this discourage you. Theft and parties and damage may occur, but you're going to be well covered by insurance and the protection under Airbnb umbrella. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Again, please subscribe to my channel. Please leave comments below. I have 30 plus years of experience in investing in real estate, and I teach people from all over the world about how to invest in Airbnb and maximize their cash flow. If you want to have some information about a specific topic, please leave the comments below and I'll make a video about it. Thank you.